Have you ever felt like you've spent so much time trying, yet still haven't achieved what you truly desire? Have you ever wondered why relentless efforts sometimes fail to yield the results you expect? We often blame circumstances, time, or even luck, but the truth is far simpler. What holds you back from achieving your goals doesn't lie outside of you. It's within. It's the lack of discipline. Stoicism, which has endured for centuries, doesn't just inspire. It teaches us that every great accomplishment begins with small, consistent actions sustained by unwavering discipline. Discipline is the bridge between desire and achievement. It's not a luxury reserved for the fortunate few. It's a strength anyone can cultivate. More than that, it's the key to mastering your life. What I'm about to share with you isn't just theory. It's a collection of practical lessons shaped by real experiences. These are principles that have transformed my life and the lives of countless others. So, give this your full attention and don't overlook a single detail. You don't need to wait another day to begin. The life you've always dreamed of can start today, the moment you realize this. Discipline is everything. Let's begin this journey right now. Number 1. Learn and grow through self-education. As you walk the journey of life, you may come to realize that it is not the strokes of random luck that lead to growth, but the continuous pursuit of learning. Stoicism teaches us that discipline is not just a tool, it is the foundation for all development. Without discipline, every effort fades away like tiny waves dissolving on the shore of life. Epictetus once said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." Only when you have the humility to acknowledge your shortcomings and the patience to learn every day can you truly begin to change yourself. I once believed that change would come from grand external factors, an unexpected opportunity, a guiding mentor, or a stroke of good fortune. But life taught me a valuable lesson. Change does not lie in what we cannot control, but it begins with ourselves. When we learn to look inward, accept our weaknesses, and commit to improving bit by bit, everything around us seems to shift. Not because the world changes, but because we have changed, becoming stronger, more resilient, and disciplined enough to guide our own lives. Instead of waiting, we must act. True strength lies in our ability to transform ourselves, and that is the greatest gift we can give to ourselves. Learning is never easy. Think of a young person eager to learn a new language. At first, enthusiasm and determination may carry them far, but soon they will face obstacles, tricky grammar, an overwhelming vocabulary, and the fear of speaking. Those lacking discipline will quickly feel exhausted and give up. But with the Stoic mindset, they will realize that these difficulties are an inseparable part of the journey to maturity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What stands in the way becomes the way." The obstacles are not reasons to stop, but tests that make us stronger. In life, failure is inevitable. But what matters is how we view and learn from it. A young entrepreneur named Brian I know started his business with great passion, only to fail due to a lack of financial knowledge. Brian could have blamed circumstances or given up on his dream. Instead, he faced his mistakes head-on, enrolled in financial courses, learned from experienced mentors, and tried again. 2 years later, Brian's new venture was thriving, thanks to the invaluable lessons learned from his first failure. Epictetus emphasized, "Difficulties are things that show a person what they are. Failures do not weaken you, they reveal your true character." We cannot know everything on our own, This is why learning from others is so crucial. Seneca once wrote, "While we teach, we learn." Successful people, with their inspiring stories, show us the power of discipline and willpower. Those who have failed, with their scars, teach us the mistakes we should avoid. Think of Michael Jordan, the epitome of resilience. He once admitted, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games, 26 times. I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." This story reminds us that no one becomes great without experiencing failure. What sets them apart is how they learn and rise again. Learning does not require grand steps. It begins with small habits, like reading a few pages of a book each day, jotting down important lessons, or taking time to reflect on what has happened. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment." The difficulties in learning are, in fact, merely the way we perceive the problem. If you choose to face them and act, everything will change. A busy person might think they don't have time to learn, but just 15 minutes a day spent developing a new skill will show visible progress after a few weeks. Progress does not lie in the scale of actions, but in their consistency. Have you ever asked yourself, "What have I learned today?" If the answer is no, perhaps it's time to reflect. Think back to the last time you faced a failure rather than regret it. What can you learn from it? Sometimes it's these simple questions that drive us forward, even if it's just one small step. Another aspect of learning is realizing that sometimes small improvements each day lead to massive results. People often underestimate the power of small habits. An ordinary person may not realize that writing down important things every evening will help them reflect better over time. An office worker may not think that learning one new skill each month will completely change their career in a few years. But the truth is, every small step contributes to a major revolution in your life. Life is constantly changing, and Stoicism teaches that the only way to adapt is to keep learning. Seneca wrote, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." Learning not only helps us achieve success, but it also helps us understand ourselves more, live with purpose, and appreciate what we have. Self-learning for personal development is not a short-term task, but a lifelong commitment. Discipline is the guiding light on this journey, helping us stand strong through challenges, overcome obstacles, and move closer to our goals. You don't need to change the world in a day, but each day you can change yourself, bit by bit. This is the message Stoicism imparts. And only when you dare to live with discipline and unceasing learning will you truly understand the extraordinary power of the human spirit. Number 2. Set goals that drive progress. Learning is not about diving into a sea of knowledge without direction. For the journey of self-development to avoid becoming a confusing and aimless path, we need a lighthouse, and that lighthouse is our goal. If learning is how you prepare, setting goals is how you shape your future. A clear goal not only helps you understand where you're headed, but it also provides the motivation to make every lesson, every step, a meaningful part of your journey. Here, discipline once again becomes the foundation, not just for learning, but for focusing your energy on what truly matters. As Epictetus once said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This powerful reminder teaches us that in order to become the best version of ourselves, we must first clearly visualize our goal. Setting a goal is not just about sketching a vague future, it's about making a commitment to yourself. This is what I want, and I am ready to act to achieve it. Imagine wanting to improve your health, but finding yourself constantly procrastinating on exercise. A specific goal, like I will run 3 kilometers every morning, makes a world of difference because it forces you to take action rather than being lost in thought. Goals are the light that guides us and the reason we maintain discipline. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "People who labor all their lives but have no purpose to direct every thought and impulse toward are wasting their time, even when hard at work." Imagine driving a car without a destination. Where would you go? How much fuel would you waste? The goal is the destination. It gives you a reason to get out of bed every morning, to work hard, and to push through fatigue when everything seems to be working against you. Without a goal, no matter how hard you work, you are merely wasting energy. When we have a clear goal, discipline becomes inevitable. Jim Rohn, a renowned speaker, once said, "For every promise, there is a price to pay. If the promise is clear, the price is easy." When you can see the future you desire, the sacrifices necessary to achieve it become worthwhile. An office worker might feel exhausted after a long day, but if they know that effort is bringing them closer to their dream of a managerial position, they'll have the energy to keep going. The price to be paid, whether it's time, effort, or comfort, will no longer seem so heavy once you understand where it's leading you. Stoicism teaches us how to set goals with clarity and calmness. First and foremost, a goal must be clear and specific. A vague desire like, "I want to succeed," will quickly fade when you face the first challenge. Instead, ask yourself, what does success mean to me? Perhaps it's completing a personal project in 6 months, or mastering a specific skill like speaking fluent English. By writing down a clear goal, you not only define your destination, but you also give yourself a reason to move forward. Moreover, goals should be measurable. Imagine you want to improve your health but haven't clearly defined what improvement means. If you set a specific goal, like, "I will run 5 kilometers in 30 minutes within the next 3 months," you've given yourself a concrete way to measure progress. Having clear criteria doesn't just help you track results, it also serves as motivation to continue when you see yourself getting closer to your target. A good goal should also be challenging yet realistic. A goal that is too far out of reach may discourage you, while one that is too easy won't push you to grow. The key is finding balance, a goal that forces you to stretch beyond your limits, but still remains achievable if you put in the effort. More importantly, a goal should align with your core values. As Epictetus emphasized, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. A truly meaningful goal is not just something you want to achieve, it reflects who you are, the values you cherish, and the life you want to lead. If your goal doesn't resonate with your values, it will become a burden rather than a source of motivation. For instance, you may aspire to a higher position at work, but if that requires sacrificing precious time with your family, a value you hold dear, then is that goal really worth pursuing? Setting a goal not only gives direction, but also shapes who you are. Seneca once said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." A goal is not a fixed endpoint, but an inspiration to push your limits. When you set a goal, you compel yourself to take action, to be creative, and to rise above short-term temptations in order to achieve what you truly desire. Remember, a goal is not just something you achieve. It's the journey that transforms you into a better version of yourself. Take time today to reflect on what you truly want in life. Write them down, design specific plans, and let discipline be your guide. As Stoicism teaches us, discipline is not just a means, it's the key to unlocking all the great values in life. Leave a comment saying, "Commit to the goal," to let me know you've truly embraced this deep wisdom. Writing it down isn't just about expressing yourself, it's about feeling the strength of your determination and the meaning of the journey you are embarking on. Now, let's move on to the next lesson. Number 3, take small steps every day. Setting goals is an important first step, but no matter how clear or ambitious those goals are, they remain nothing more than words on paper if not accompanied by action. This is where we step into the heart of true transformation, action. It's not about grand gestures or miraculous leaps forward, but about the smallest, most consistent steps taken every single day. You may have a great goal, but without action, it will remain an unfinished dream. Now, let's explore how these small, persistent actions can create powerful shifts in your life. Small actions, though they may seem insignificant at first glance, are the very building blocks of great achievements. Picture a river. It doesn't break massive rocks with a single violent strike, but with the patience of countless drops of water, gently and steadily wearing down the stone over time. Those drops may not show immediate results, but over the years, they create astonishing changes, turning what once seemed impossible into reality. This is the essence of self-discipline, not rushing, not making a noise, but quietly and steadily moving forward. As Epictetus once emphasized, no great thing is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen. This quote serves as a powerful reminder that all great accomplishments require time to take shape, just as a fig must bloom, bear fruit, and ripen. Similarly, to achieve anything of value, we must start with the smallest steps, the daily efforts that may seem insignificant at times, but build into tremendous power as time passes. It is the persistence in these small actions that will lead you to successes you never imagined. Like the river gradually carving through the rock, the small, repetitive actions are the foundation for every miracle. Action, no matter how small, is the bridge between thought and reality. A person may come up with hundreds of ideas for how to change their life, but without action, everything will remain a dream. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." We don't need to sit around debating what's right. We need to start doing it. Imagine you want to break your habit of procrastination. One morning, you decide to wake up just 10 minutes earlier to go for a walk. That morning may not change your entire world, but it's the first brick in the foundation of a new lifestyle, a new life. These actions bring immediate value, and they also inspire you to keep moving forward. Inspiration is not something that comes naturally. It is born from the very small and consistent actions we take. When you act, even if it's just the first few steps, the value you create will, in turn, nourish your inspiration. A person who starts journaling every day will experience greater clarity of mind, and it is this clarity that will encourage them to continue. James Clear, in his book Atomic Habits, said that by improving just 1% each day, you will see an unexpected transformation after a year. This is the positive feedback loop of action and inspiration, with self-discipline at its core. Yet, sometimes, the smallest actions can feel like the biggest challenge. Not because we don't know what to do, but because the fear of failure often holds us back. Fear makes everything seem harder than it actually is. But once you begin taking action, even if it's just tidying up your desk or completing a small task, the fear will gradually dissolve. Ask yourself, if you do nothing, will things get better? Or at least, won't today's small action bring you one step closer to your goal? Self-discipline is not something to merely talk about. It needs to become a habit. A small habit, like spending 10 minutes every morning to plan your day, can transform the way you manage your time. When it becomes a part of your life, you will find yourself in control of your time, your tasks, and even your emotions. While we cannot control everything happening around us, self-discipline helps us control the internal factors, allowing us to build the life we desire. Look around at the real-life stories of those who have built success. A person who saves a small amount of money each day can look back after a year and see a sum greater than they ever imagined. A student who learns a little every day will accumulate a vast treasure of knowledge. An athlete doesn't start by running a marathon, but by taking small steps on the path near their home. Small actions, when sustained, create a life of greatness. Life is not defined by explosive moments, but by the quiet habits that shape us. Self-discipline is the compass that guides you toward your grandest goals. Ask yourself, if you begin acting today, who will you become a year from now? And if you don't, what will you lose? Start today. The smallest action you take now will be the first brick in building the life you dream of. In this journey, self-discipline will be your steadfast companion, the key that opens the door to success. So don't wait. Take that first step, even if it's tiny. Those small steps will lead to something miraculous. Number 4, strive to do your very best. No action, no matter how insignificant it may seem, is ever truly wasted. But to make those actions meaningful, to create real change, we need more than just a beginning. We need unwavering commitment and persistent effort. If we only do things to check off a box, just to say we've started, can we truly say we've created value? Continuous action is important, but it must go beyond simply moving forward. We must strive to do our best in every moment, in everything we do. This is not just the way to maximize results. It is also a way to show respect for the time and effort we've invested. Like a sculptor, every chip of the chisel, no matter how small, must be made with care and passion, because each detail contributes to the masterpiece. And now, the real question is no longer, am I taking action? But rather, am I doing it with all my heart and seriousness? This is the shift that transforms action into the art of living. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When you focus on what lies within your control, every effort you make will never go to waste. On a long, exhausting day, when the feeling of burnout surrounds you, will you stop and surrender? Or will you push just a little further? Take one more step to overcome yourself. Doing your best isn't about perfection. It's about giving everything you've got, even when the world seems to turn its back on you. It is in the most difficult moments, when everything seems to be against you, that doing your best becomes the clearest manifestation of your inner strength. Discipline doesn't come from external forces. It is the quiet voice inside, reminding you that every effort, no matter how small, counts. When you continue moving forward, even if it's just one small step, you're telling the world, and more importantly, yourself, that you are not one to give up easily. Imagine a long-distance runner. When the pain sets in, when every breath becomes a struggle, they don't focus on the entire distance ahead, but only on the next step. Just one more step, and then another. This is not about perfection, but about the unwavering commitment to do what's possible, even in the toughest circumstances. Life is much the same. There are days when the pressures of work, family, or unfulfilled dreams drain you. But if you take just a moment to finish a small task, write a single line in your plan, or simply stand up and get to work, you're that much closer to your goal. Discipline is built from small actions, choosing not to hit snooze for 10 more minutes, deciding to walk instead of sitting still, or facing a difficult task with courage rather than avoiding it. Seneca once wrote, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." Each small step, each effort, is a seed for a new beginning. By persistently sowing those seeds, even in the smallest of tasks, you are laying the foundation for a better life. However, action is not just about what you do, it's about how you do it. Have you ever asked yourself, if I put my whole heart into this, what would the outcome be? Maybe it's just cleaning up a messy room. But when you do it with focus and dedication, not only is the room cleaned, but your mind is also reorganized. Similarly, when a man writes a letter to his mother after months of delay, he is not merely completing a small task, he is reconnecting with a love that had been forgotten. These small actions, when done with wholeheartedness, not only change the present, but also shape the future. Stoicism teaches that emotions, if not transformed into action, quickly fade. Set clear goals and begin acting when the feeling is still fresh. If you feel the urge to take care of your health, don't wait for tomorrow to exercise or eat a healthy meal. Start today with even the smallest steps. That feeling, if sustained through action, will become a valuable asset, a driving force that propels you further on your journey. You might feel that the small things you do don't matter enough to make a difference. But ask yourself, if I don't start here, where will I start? Write a list of things you know you need to do but have been putting off, and start acting, one step at a time. Maybe it's a phone call you need to make, an exercise you need to finish, or simply taking time to thank someone. Those small things, when done with discipline, will accumulate and create a profound change. Discipline is everything. It is the light that guides us, the quiet flame burning inside each of us, just waiting to be ignited by decisive actions. Don't wait, don't hesitate. Act, live with discipline, and do your best in everything you can, because that is how you will find the true strength to surpass all limits and become the best version of yourself. Number 5, stay focused and avoid distractions. When you pour all your energy into doing your best, you are one step closer to the more complete version of yourself. But success doesn't end with simply doing well. It also requires the ability to protect those efforts from the constant distractions that surround us. This is the ultimate challenge and the most important lesson: overcoming distractions. Many people fail, not because they lack talent, but because they allow trivial, peripheral distractions to steal their focus. If you cannot keep your mind clear and focused, all your previous efforts will gradually fade away. Overcoming distractions is the key to transforming every effort into lasting achievement. Distractions always offer immediate rewards, but their true value is fleeting. A walk, a quiet evening with your phone, these sweet moments may feel good, but they also steal both your time and energy. It's easy to fall into the trap of these instant gratifications, but once they pass, you'll realize you've gone nowhere, perhaps even taken a step back. Success, inner peace, and personal growth cannot come immediately. They require time, patience, and discipline. It is in those quiet moments, when we patiently overcome each small challenge, that we build the foundation for lasting accomplishments. Imagine this moment. You sit down at your desk, your mind filled with goals, but instead of working, you pick up your phone and begin scrolling through meaningless videos. 1 hour passes, then 2, and your work remains unfinished. A feeling of disappointment and emptiness begins to creep in. This is the price that distractions demand. They don't just steal time, they also rob you of confidence, focus, and motivation. In those moments, you'll realize that small decisions, which seem harmless at the time, can create significant consequences. To conquer distractions, you must master your mind and focus on what is within your control. You need to learn to set aside what doesn't matter, no matter how tempting it may seem. Picture yourself working in a quiet space, no phone notifications, no distractions from the environment. If you can dedicate just a little bit of time each day, keeping your mind focused, you will begin to feel the power that comes from concentrated attention. These simple moments will shape the path you walk. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life." Every action, no matter how small, carries within it the potential to change your life. A writer may begin their book with 1 sentence a day. A painter may create a masterpiece from each awkward brushstroke. What matters is not how you begin, but whether you have the patience to continue the journey. Ask yourself, what have you done today to move closer to your dream? Those small, consistent efforts will lead to extraordinary results. Your surroundings play a crucial role in helping you maintain discipline. If your environment is filled with distractions, maintaining focus becomes an insurmountable challenge. So, turn off unnecessary notifications, close irrelevant tabs on your computer, and create a peaceful space where you can fully immerse yourself in your work. The people you encounter daily also influence your thoughts, actions, and even your dreams. If you surround yourself with those who constantly complain, are slow, or easily distracted, you will find yourself walking down that same path. Seek out positive relationships where you are challenged to become the best version of yourself. Discipline is not something you practice only when you're inspired. It's a habit, a guiding compass for every action. You make your bed in the morning, not just because it's something to do, but because it sets the tone for a new day, making it easier to maintain discipline in other areas of life. Epictetus emphasized, "No man is free who is not master of himself." You are truly free when you master yourself, including overcoming the temptations of laziness and distraction. Imagine someone who trains every day, regardless of the weather, emotions, or busy schedule. This persistence not only brings health, but also builds a disciplined attitude that permeates every aspect of life. Life is a choice between 2 prices, the price of discipline or the price of regret. Discipline demands that you give up short-term pleasures, but it brings fulfillment, success, and meaning. On the other hand, regret is the cost you pay when you let distractions take control, when time passes without accomplishing anything significant. Overcoming distractions is not a one-day task. It's a continuous battle between you and the temptations of both the external world and your own mind. But if you remain determined, you will find strength in your discipline. Remember, every minute of focus today is a small but sure step toward a future you will be proud to look back on. Don't let distractions steal your life. Let discipline be the guiding light, leading you to the dreams you truly deserve. We've just explored 5 powerful ways to turn discipline into the key that unlocks the door to a meaningful and successful life. From self-education, setting goals, taking consistent action each day, to doing your best with what you have and overcoming distractions. All of these highlight that discipline is not just a tool, but a companion that shapes the path you choose to follow. Stoicism teaches us that there are no magic formulas to turn dreams into reality, except for the strength of self-discipline. And with perseverance, day by day, you absolutely have the power to achieve it. If you found this video helpful but haven't hit the like button yet, take a moment now to let us know you enjoyed the content. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your perspective on today's topic. Share this video with your loved ones to spread the value. And most importantly, make sure to subscribe to the channel, as there's much more incredible content on the way. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.